In case you missed.
Yeah, I said it. The Unfiltered podcast.
Jesus Christ was black.
He's black, vele, because that guy did the most black thing. He salaita ko ngwana wa boya. The whites don't do that. They show up for their kids. No.
How much?
Now I have a lot of deal breakers. Like there was this one time I genuinely blocked this guy because he farted.
It was very weird because every time I would bring a girlfriend home, I would say, "This is not my girlfriend. This is my friend." Get your miaka, and you know, like the sleepover. Like,
I fucked with it. Because then in Calabolo, Clabantana Strating, Namela Char, Agama Fester. Oh.
But that's childhood, you know. Sometimes when an opportunity arises, you can either take it or not take it. And sometimes we miss the opportunities that we were supposed to take.
Yes.
And only realize later, oh damn, I was supposed to take.
You can be broke, but be broke there. Don't be broke up close and personal. Because namaka, oh, busy ka sa ratan. Don't have to go to female.
Yo, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Yeah, I Said It, a podcast by myself, Cardiac Music, and Pinky doesn't want to introduce herself, but you know what? This is Pinky.
Pinky.
Yeah, no, we're keeping that. This is like the fifth take of the introduction that we had to take, so we're gonna keep that. It's tough.
Okay, I'm back. This is Pinky. For the last time.
Awesome stuff. So what are we talking about? We have some really serious topics on the table, but
not that serious.
but they're not really, ne? But when
mild.
you look at them, they look like they're gonna be very serious.
Like,
Yeah.
They just have fun. But then when you like dive into it, like simple things. The first thing I want to touch on is like becoming. How was it coming out of the closet saying I'm lesbian, I identify as a lesbian woman, especially with the relationship you have with your family, because you did mention you lost your parents at an early age, and then no sister got fell. So how was that, all of it?
I think for it's different family dynamics for everyone. So coming out stories are never really like the same, So for me, because I was raised by my grandma. It's sort of like I skipped a generation. So she didn't understand the thing of being a lesbian or a gay, I think in her growing up, those things existed, but not really.
They were not
they were not
out loud.
Yeah, people after 9 So it was very weird because every time I would bring a girlfriend home, I would say, "This is not my girlfriend. This is my friend." Get your miaka, and you know, like the sleepover, like Get like I sleep over. My girlfriend will come over. She'll sleep over at the house. My grandmother would cook for us. It was nice. Do you understand? So she always classified me as a tomboy because. But have my advisor. But now, so it's a phase. Because happy growing up, I liked playing soccer. So I remember when I started getting my periods. I was hanging around boys too much. And my grandmother and somebody hey. You understand? Because in her head, she's like, okay, if I'm hanging around boys and I have my periods, I'm gonna get pregnant soon. Do you understand? So now I don't understand.
Why do parents have that thing? Like, but the Bakale man, they just have this thing like the minute you start bleeding, your vagina is open, semen is coming. Guys, doesn't mean but that
I think it's just that fear of raising a child.
Who's gonna have a child?
Have a child young, and then the cycle is not broken. So you can't really blame them because Lebona, they were young, they were once kids. They know how guys and girls operate when they start being in the adolescence era. So for me, it was kind of weird that and then I just like hanging out with boys because I like You know, I like soccer. I like Nicarata, Wabana Muchino, yeah, no thing. Like, so I was the champion of that thing. So I like that, man. I like playing boy stuff. Until you know?
Yo, ka namela setlhare ka kwa mogala dustbin guys. Wena ntho ya go gola se tomboy is not cute.
Yeah, so they always thought I was a tomboy,
Yo,
which is very, it's nice.
it's weird.
It's
Like it's
weird,
weird.
but
Well, for me it was weird because they're like, oh, you like heels now. Like it was just a weird transition.
oh
And
yeah,
I think that is like one of the gilly things I like. They didn't say franga den necessary.
yeah.
Mara wana kwai. It was like I fucks with it. Because then in Kala Bolo, Kilabantana Strating, Namela Char, Agama Fester. Oh,
But that's childhood, you know. Because
hey.
as children, I don't think girl children actually think of themselves as girls when they're in the act of playing. Cause you just wanna play, you know what I mean?
I've seen with my daughter the way my daughter
O
plays.
tla tla le
Yes,
feile.
she's more rougher than the but I'm like,
Do you
whoa.
understand? It is when you
Okay.
start developing feelings
For
that now you start noticing boys, you start noticing, you know.
And I was a
Yeah.
late bloomer, yo. I was a late bloomer.
Really?
I didn't even like my boyfriend. Like it was that thing I'm old.
Mm.
If it's a tricky. So let's get over this boyfriend girlfriend thing. I don't
Oh,
like
because everybody was doing it, so
everyone was
now
like, oh,
let me try.
so I was like,
And you still have so much time.
only if they told me there's no need to rush.
Yeah, that's
Because
crazy.
now that nigga became my baby daddy.
Oh damn, were you oh damn. Oh damn, really?
Oh man.
And on the first still.
Like,
You were a late bloomer and an early bloomer at the same time.
I was late too early too late. Somewhere there, but
I thought your baby daddy came after maybe 3 trials.
the first try.
No, they didn't sit you down, maybe.
And also, like in my head, because of my mom met my dad, and that was like the end of it. I was like, okay, this is my husband. Like,
Oh man. Oh man.
nonsense.
Oh man.
Nonsense. Marno bang through AI.
Yeah. So back to the topic. Coming out is very different for other people. There are other people that are afraid to come out because they know the family dynamics at home.
Yeah.
Won't like you have a strict dad. How do you start telling your dad, "Oh, hey, this girl that you always see coming around to the house is not just it's not a friend, you know, she's more than a friend." So how do you and a stereotype is that like normal people would always straight.
Normal, but
No, but normal, man. Those are normal people. Normal people would always assume, okay, no, who's the man in the relationship? So yeah, they always
the misconception.
yes, they always have that thing. Oh, munna ke mang, wan hlalwa eng. So I'll be walking with my girlfriend around town, and you know, my girlfriend is hot, bruh. Do you understand? So obviously, utlo sheliwa, wabona? So when she doesn't pay them no mind, they start undermining me. Wan hlaloganya? So and that happens a lot. So they'll be asking, "Eh, munna ke mang, what, what." And then we'll simultaneously like both. So what are you gonna say? Because guys, like what do we yeah, it's both. So there's a lot of like I said earlier in the like in the other podcast, Jorge, the world hasn't really caught up. Do you understand? So the misconceptions sometimes they get tired. Okay, shit. So I always have to explain myself. Jorge. Do you understand? Like every day, a new person. So that's the only thing. But in terms of my family, one of my family is cool, man. But I don't think at the beginning they were cool because I remember when I was in matric. So I went to an all-girls school. And the reason why they took me to an all-girls school, my grandmother took me to an all-girls school because she was like, I hang around boys too much.
Oh,
so I hang around guys too much. And then she was like, nah, go to the girls. Maybe you'll learn to be a girl. when I got to the girls, banyana bala ban share left, right, and center like I
E le
wala
pati.
cause get am fana ga ile na ile na fana ga ile na on tlalo
O le hot
ile na ile
sauce.
na man ruma
O
ka
le
le busy
mayonnaise.
man look at busy. So my trick dance, so obviously come a trick dance, they give you a footage of the matric dance. So I was visiting my aunt, they wanted to see the footage, and then they realized, oh, I was the only girl who had a date on Wanyan. Every other girl, utlilele mushimane, like a boyfriend from back home, because how do they also explain to people back home, you know, that I like girls? Do you understand? Because Rona were butch. Ne? So for a butch, it's kind of clear to see this person is lesbian, is probably into girls.
Oh, I've heard about it. Even like there's a stereotype that the feminine lesbians worry that they confused straight girls.
Yeah.
Like
You understand? Yeah. So the femmes are more, they don't like Rona, we kind of like have a sign. Like
Like, no,
but now Chiriaka is also a lesbian, but she doesn't show
lesbian.
that she's a lesbian. So yeah, it's that misconception.
I think I almost became lesbian. I guess
You almost
become but there was like this girl, like I was genuinely, I don't know, I don't want to say in
you were
love,
attracted.
but yo, I had crazy emotions. Like to a point when she started dating, like you be like jealous. I'm like, like I had to be like, Pinky, what is happening? Are we bisexual? Do we like
Yeah, what is
guys? Do we like girls? But then I see a guy still feel certain things. I'm like, okay, but then that thing only happened with her. Like any other girl, I was like, in
Nah.
vagina. But with her,
So you'll never. I don't know, bruh. Well, no, in your case, I don't know because I read I saw a video once on TikTok. But you could be. There's some women that are actually lesbian, but they don't know that they're lesbian. Nah?
until the experience.
Not until the experience. Like some people like you. Wait, what did that woman say? You either like men or you like men attention.
Okay.
Do you understand the
I
difference?
like men's money.
Like compliments, like you
Oh,
feel good when you
eh.
get complimented, you feel good when you,
Oh,
but
you don't actually like
you
it.
don't,
You just
yeah.
like what they
So I
provide.
found it very confusing. Okay, what does that really mean? You know, because now I've dated a lot of straight girls because girls have a kwale mosgori,
Eh,
into
I'm
girls.
into girls.
One
More.
chalwa,
And
yeah,
then
no.
barata who explore.
So I've dated a lot of straight girls. I've dated a lot of bisexuals, and I've lasted with a lot of like some straight girls, and I've lasted with lesbian girls. Do you understand? So I really don't like to say that you either are or you're either not. Because I feel like um sexuality is such a fluid thing.
It is.
Do you understand? Yeah, it's
Now I understand Bomulando. I think I get it now. For batho ba kena mo industry se tse feelang nkare, I can try that.
yeah. And there's some people that are pansexual. Do you know what a pansexual is?
Okay.
Those people, they're not gay, they're not straight, they're not lesbian.
Or they like you
according to they like you.
Oh.
Well, hello, and according to your feelings.
Apparently, nna gate ke sapiosexual. I have this friend of mine. She is such a nerd. Ba bana ba re motho ke
I've
nerd.
never heard of that.
So sapiosexual is a person who's addicted to the mind more than.
Oh,
And I
okay.
think this is why Nell AI really, because most about I don't want the guys most about to ga ba butswa like ke na le thola ke mshe thala
The
moshimane
sapiosexual. I need to look into that.
a jele 3 PC a le handsome and stuff mara gare o bula mollomo
I didn't
just
see that.
spewing nonsense after nonsense. I'm like, what a waste of looks. What a waste.
But now you have to understand, Happy, there's different people. It's not that just like there's this thing, this notion, especially, and it happens a lot with gay guys. Ne? Just because a guy is gay doesn't mean he's into every guy. Do you understand? Now, exactly.
That's because you're side. I'm not into you.
Do you understand? So some guys have that thing. Hey, just
I
because a
can tell
guy
them
is
about
having like a gay guy is having a conversation with him, now all of a sudden one matla. Do you understand? Like,
I'll type, yeah.
yeah, so human beings are not the same, and it's very weird to just paint people with the same brush, because we're very complex emotions. Like I was saying, Maloba, gore, just because I'm butch doesn't mean that I'm gonna have butch friends, because we don't like the same things. So if you're into J. Cole like me, dog, we can hang one. But now if you're into his bourgeois and like
I haven't listened to J. Cole since that album, yeah. Is it 2016 or
Forest Hills Drive, yes.
after I was like,
Yeah.
some artists I never meant to be experienced again. Like, honestly, like
No, I love Cole.
for that time and then it's high
I love Cole, man. He inspires me to write, actually.
to write it.
Like he's one of the artists where if I have I'm a rapper, so if I have like a baby saying writer's block, I'll listen to some Cole, I'll listen to some Nas, I'll listen to lyricists.
I've never had a writer's block.
You've never had a writer's block?
Never.
That happens.
Not just that, like my brain is always thinking of things. Just that I'm such a lazy person. Like I'll know, I'll have a great idea. Like, oh, this could be nice for a poem or a play. Mara gore ke get ball pen.
Procrastination,
Like, I'll get to it. I'll get to it. And the more you think, the ideas just keep on. I want to experience a writer's block. Who John like to want to write and not have anything come.
Now imagine if there was a tool created or invented, yeah, or whatever you think about, you can automatically put into paper without even writing.
A million. Yo, because in a day the things I think of, guys. Yo, and I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Let me chill with my mind, yo. Let me chill with my mind.
But speaking of that, yeah. Carry on.
I want to talk about career setbacks since we're talking about the writer's block. I don't want to start because mine is not that monumental.
But it might be.
No, it's not.
It might be for somebody watching,
No, it's not.
My career setback. I think I don't know, man. I think chance meets opportunity. Yo, busy can make it out. Should we pause? Yeah.
Pinky. Is it fine? So all the times it's so as we were saying, career setbacks.
Yeah, career setbacks, no? I think for me it's opportunity meets. I forgot what I said, but I said the right thing,
and you said it.
I said it.
This is powerful, man. No holy bees, man.
Yeah, so it's that situation. Luck. It's not luck, man. I don't think it's luck. I think it's
courage.
No, hey, Pinky, now.
It's what?
Sometimes when an opportunity arises, you can either take it or not take it. And sometimes we miss the opportunities that we were supposed to take.
Yes.
And only realize later, oh, damn, I was supposed to take. Or that opportunity was an opportunity that I was supposed to take. So I think a lot of that happened in my career. Not recognizing which one is the opportunity and which road to take. And I think a lot of us go through something like that. You'd find yourself, okay, let's say that episode that it was actually Isa. Isa invited me to the first episode. But on that day I was so busy because I was hosting an event. I almost didn't come to that episode. Do you understand?
So this didn't
it wouldn't have materialized. Do you understand? So there's certain things, or sometimes, man, we make things so difficult for ourselves. Let's say an audition is in Randburg or Bram or like somewhere where you have to go catch a taxi to go to. And now because I don't know, your hair's not looking good, or do you understand?
You end up not going,
not knowing Oh, that's what they would cast you for because they're looking for somebody raw, somebody African. So sometimes we get into our heads too much, and I think that's the reason why we have career setbacks.
Nothing, I've experienced a lot of them, but the one that was like very big for me that I almost quit acting altogether. There was in 2023, I was in this theater production. Guys, I was abused. I was abused and used. Like I was not at home. We can go past 12. By 10 a.m., I should be back at the theater. That time, there's no money coming into the account. There's no food. Like, there's nothing provided. And at that time, like, almost every day, there's a humiliation that's going to be happening. Like, we're going to be humiliated for fun. Like, oh, that was tough.
I think it's the intern thing. Maybe
It's not even intern.
I forgot what they call it.
But
The
that
intern
was not
syndrome.
interning. Because
That's how they treat you, though.
4,000. Mara, this is about 4,000. Well, there was literally nothing. I don't even. Yo, maybe this is what slavery was, but yo, guys, it was tough. Like I lost weight, and then
so how was that a setback for you?
Because I was focusing all of my time and everything in that everything else.
Oh, that's another thing.
I wasn't applying for jobs. Because in my head I was like, I need to do this. This is gonna take me to another place. Zero exposure. The experience, I think it doesn't do anything for me. Okay, you're in that production, then what? We never saw you because of really million on stage. So no one kind of like sparked out, okay, that's the talent I want to work with. Like it was just like
that's another thing, man, in our career spaces. Sometimes we'll dwell into some things, ne? Thinking that this thing would eventually pay off, and then it just doesn't.
It didn't.
It just doesn't pay off, and then you've invested your time, you've invested your money, but one thing that I can say with things like that is that what you get in return is the experience, and nothing. Joe, Wabana, I can lose my phone, I can lose all the money in my account.
I can
never lose my experience, and you know what I mean. So I think some things, bruh. For instance, like the radio gig that I'm currently doing. For me, I feel like it's volunteering because I'm not getting paid. I always have to.
That's why I quit mine too.
It's like volunteering. But my girlfriend once said something to me. Yo, just volunteer for 2 or 3 months. Ne? Do it for 2 or 3 months. Get experience in that space. So now that if it wasn't for that radio thing, I don't think I'd be comfortable
able to speak on the mic
mic anymore, because that was the foundation. Do you understand? Okay, you need to project your voice. You need to. The people that were at that radio station were actually grooming me for the next phase of my life, which is podcasting. So, experience, man. But guys.
Like I think I was crying almost every night, and then the whole of 2024, I was not doing anything, like nothing. I think I came back to theater in December. That was like, okay, no, I think a 4D weeks.
If you had an opportunity to talk to that person, that Pinky
was like, it's okay. That's all I can say. Like, it's okay, because that Pinky suffered because I was dealing with a whole lot of personal things on the side. Like I was falling apart, and then this also didn't. Hey guys.
And then how do you know which opportunities to take and which things to suffer for?
Right now, honestly, I think I just pray about it. Like I talk to God about it. Like let God lead. Because I've seen also, like, since Kikibali Mudimu Fandiwan, when I talk to him, certain things. So like
if something is not meant for you, like it will
just, I feel like, okay, I'm not meant to be here. Like I'm not. I wanna let sing a Foster. Like makala says trend hashtag find Pinky because of no but now since I'm letting God man.
Let go and let God. Yeah, okay.
What will a political part?
Yeah, but a lot of people, we are struggling from that of because sometimes some people actually go to school for a certain career and then they end up in different careers altogether.
Kile UJ for accounting. Bana no.
All together. Because life just
Actually.
puts you in a different direction, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? And it's life.
And in my head, I'm like, also, like, how do you, because self doubt creeps in whether we like it or not. Because now, like, I find myself in this, like, I'm very happy. Well, when I this like happy because I'm doing everything that I want from poetry, film, acting, podcast. Like, you know, like, I have a platform to talk endlessly. But then in my head, it's like, also, like, what was the need for me to go to experience the accounting? Like, because honestly, it didn't serve, like, because sometimes I feel like I literally wasted time. Like, I genuinely feel like I wasted time and I could have been
So,
far
but if you
with
were
certain
if you were
things.
to redo, if you were given an opportunity, let's say you get the acceptance letter to UJ, wouldn't you do it?
Ngasi.
You lie.
Ngasi.
The experience of being a student.
The only thing I
So
liked is
you
that I
wouldn't do
was
the student life
I was
again.
all I know kisha vibe. I think no if I want to be a student, like I have to study something that has to do with writing and something.
Because now you found your
And
path.
now I found what because
Your path, yeah.
accounting, the way accounting, like I don't know, I liked accounting because of I was smart and I was able to get DA. That is the only reason.
So it was influenced by high school.
By high school, okay, I did distinction more. But then when you get to university and then you get your first F, your first 30%, your world falls apart because it's not what you want to do. It's not your purpose. Like I was depressed.
I think happy that's where we find our purpose. Because I also found my purpose in university. I was studying to be a lawyer actually. When I stumbled on my perspective.
My dog. Guilty.
And I was studying criminal law. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, I should have done corporate maybe. I was studying criminal law. But I remember talking to my professor and he was saying, we were talking about this sexuality thing. And he was saying, you know, to start off as a lawyer, you need to do your articles, right? And it's going to be very difficult for you because you need to dress a certain way and look a certain way because otherwise people are not going to. I'm like, I don't even like this shit, man. Now I gotta.
Cut the cameras, motherfucker. Cut the cameras.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Can we move on to the next?
Speaking of, guys, apparently in Nairobi, they're like male prostitutions.
Yeah, apparently there's a street actually, a
whole
specific street where they just guys standing there. I don't know in their bum shorts or in what.
Akumadota.
Yeah, different structures of guys. Yellow bones, dark, white,
big boy, yellow bone, leswafi.
Would it be weird though if let's say in Joburg there was a street of male prostitutes?
I wouldn't be weird because banna khale barekis.
Barekis are done low. But do they stand in the street like
no?
But
But thing is, haba stand in the street because rona vel na pinky koreka producer rona na ke
so how do guys in South Africa how is prostitution?
I know about the Boma after 9. So close are like re out and then side and then kauji sara and then make ra phelang patela go keep a spear. That's also a form of
oh damn! But what are you talking about the gay side? Like
I le bona banna ba nkere kilo tse tsa re cause ba bang khalla
after 9 industry of it like I'm not
it's an industry and a half.
And about Xhosa guys are there.
Ba bona bo Ndakova bona lela rara Makhosa
But I don't see guy prostitutes unless ubagadi benten. Yeah. I don't see it.
Le ma benten ba re tsa di gate ke batho ba ba bitsang di shamama.
O tla nagana go motho tsa mama ga gagwe kante no. koloi ya girlfriend.
Ha fetsa o nka ka sekolo ya sugar mama a tlo se laping ke ka sane o tlo like sugar mama
Ke go betša wena ke re batla tšhelete bopiki so ngwana batho ba ireng a le unemployed a lo rekisa
ga re batle tšhelete re no batla like ha o kgotse o no nna ga gore a bathong
mara ha sa wa go nagana ka go gotse
no
o gotse ka mdavaza no wa itse gogo wa gage ha last two rounds so go shapo
yo wena apparently women the higher they grow that is why ba rata mabentena ba tsofala the sexual drive
really
go deep
you
so
lie
basadi le bana ba opposite a kere banna hantse ba ya shrinka ba sa perform
but also men like into younger women as they grow older
not because of anything, maybe because of their ego. Also, they're intimidated by tsa bona because bana ba bangata they don't like accountability. So I tlhakana le
now I've got a theory about
why
guys like younger women.
why
Because when a guy is young, I get it, the girls in their age group, the nice looking ones, they're going for older guys, right? And then when you don't have money and you're still trying to build your life. Nah, it's a big. You're still trying to build your life. So by the time you build your life and you have the money, now you want to go for the younger girls because you want to experience it.
It's about the
cycle.
ego.
Yeah.
Because also when you're with a younger person or someone as a the next facility you feel the power can I tell it I'm the man.
Yeah, because
no, I make 5K.
go taste
So no, yeah, no, bana ba bangata they're insecure and they're not even aware. Because what do you mean you're 65, maroshala nang wana 17? Well, but like more 50 years. Utshabang. Nonsense.
Like what a fresh blood because na kwale broke na sa kgono ithola. For real. I feel like happy guys, I don't know, man. Like we are literally like women are sometimes are really selling the country. Born themselves.
Yeah.
With this stigma of money and how money around them and because it's the woman that marry Batu King Pakistan to have a little money. It's the woman that marry older men. It's the woman that
But also, I don't like this conversation because it's like men created the blueprint of everything. Everything was packaged by men. Boss sexy, being a thing that you must sell to get money to get to places. Like everything. Bana ke bana ba tlile ka ntho gore o bereka ko Shoprite o sna wena o tlo re botsa ntho eo o keng a o bereka ko Shoprite.
Mara, are you saying a guy wa ko KZN? A guy wa ko KZN wa ko magaeng came with like the sex thing to elevate?
Not entirely.
Kind of away from homeland.
I'm saying men mostly. They created the blueprint. The patriarchy, so now it's a problem when women we actually vocalize about it and actually get money from it. Mathata kona no basari okay. Since you're saying we're this, let us be this, but let us make our money by being what you said we are. So I get why it's always for basadi. It's like a conversation. I'm writing history, guys. Let us go back to history. Or check our conversation. Group admin.
Group admin.
Male figure. Okay,
I hear you.
So,
I hear you. And there's a huge imbalance within that. Because let me make an example. Let's say King, the guy next door, right? Like the guy next door, you were born at the same time, ne? You're born at the same time, the same date, not the same day, but the same year. When I went to the same school, education system is the same. Forum hi. So you guys are brought up the same. And now you have feelings for that guy next door, and that guy next door has feelings for you. But you can't date the guy next door because the guy next door has a shield.
No, it's not because of that.
So how do you expect him to have money when you don't have money when you guys are through the same system?
But Tata say chele, Tata go next door.
Santa Positi, I think.
No, but I go local. What's a over feeling? You can be broke, but be broke there. Don't be broke up close and personal. Cause na market, oh, busy ka saratan. Don't go give female. And na go have a guaran. But I go up close and Marafulo broke. Ul ko Nigel abono ko monate. Ang ko baby, I can let him get bona mama. Mama got
So
you.
you'd rather go for the father?
Randa.
The father next door is bad. I go to church.
You mustn't be close. Like all yo, nako hi guys. Yo, but the family told me na bana chill. Sabi ban and then ko wanna be sa khata marukan. Ona melale things. Na shot ke motla di. Hey guys. You must not be close. But ba ko ga ba tshwanetse ba gore wena o ja kota 16 rand. Cause for na di tlompela ko ntlong. It's not gore broke. Just that go ga ba go bona gore broke. Mathata kona ao. Oh, nago hana. Yo.
You should invite your mother to the podcast. I was so keen.
There was this guy, because I'm mo jola ne. Ngwana batho na etsa di intern go film. So I itse re film ya nyisa.
Especially when you're starting out.
Yeah, especially la o thamolle virgin batla go rutagana. Ngwana batho tla ka KFC. Jo. Mama ka kore. Ntse le re ke tlheke.
Like the whole company.
Like I can when I KFC, ke gopela diaper, ke gopela mag. I'm like, sharp. Like, sharp. Oh, mama.
You know what we're like KFC?
Yeah. But I got like what like a bucket, like king loaded that bucket for 2. Like, what a bucket.
Oh.
Yo, so maga kozara cheese. Yeah, uri jela ko yo. And everyone has a gone through numbers. Hora, bamra ka chicken one. Bamra ka chicken. Like everyone no can yeah. Someone else bamra ka chicken. I'm like yo. So I get some gola na hora yo lang yan or chicken say one. So
it was a thing. And they didn't let it go.
It was a movement.
That's shame, man.
So
that's crazy. But that's family for you, you know.
But
if you're not being bashed by your family, who do you expect to bash you? Let's talk about something else. I want to talk about white face validation. Do you think it's a thing? Like,
not I think.
Okay, let me explain what white face validation is. So white face validation is like in order to get your message across in a room or to elevate or to be heard, you know, you need to have a white friend or a white person in the room. I think it's the same that happened with the recent thing with Cyril Ramaphosa. And, you know, did you see that Trump didn't give him a chance to speak? Every time Cyril Ramaphosa was speaking, Trump would interrupt. But never once did he interrupt the white people in the room.
But you can't show up there already you're a small boy. Take. Yo, I'm chilly that boy. I'm like, what did
I don't think he was. I think he was very strategic in what he was doing. I think he was diplomatic
for
as well.
His pocket, not for South Africans. For his pocket, yes. But then also, like, do you understand the amount of humiliation Black people have to go through now because of that one interview conversation? Cause like that guy.
But do you think like it's everywhere in businesses
it's everywhere.
White face validation.
Like now when you come as a Black person, you are making noise. I get the noise maker, your protesters, like anything chaos is attached to Black people. That is why I go the White House but say video Julas Malima. On the ground, EFF does the most to help the Black entities and what. EFF they just there to collect the money assets of vote and stuff. But then the white face highly thinks like, oh, okay, now I'm hearing what I said it as saying. Now, because like, why do you have to wait for me to bring a white person for me to even be validated?
Because there's a movie that I once watched, bruh, and it goes actually one series, one movie. The movie is called The Banker. So basically, it was in that era where this guy was very smart. He was a Black guy. I don't know if you know the banker. He was trying to get a loan, a business loan, but he couldn't get a loan because black businesses were not getting loans at that time. So this one day, this guy is painting his house, and it happens to be a white guy painting the banker's house. Hey man, how about I put this guy as the face of my company as the CEO so that I can get loans? Bumper challenge. You know? So basically, like it goes to say, like, when you walk into a room as a black person, already, this one. I remember even when I was watching the Wu-Tang, it's a series, it's about the Wu-Tang clan. So this guy,
Boom rap.
yeah, but they actually made a business out of their thing. So this guy, when he was actually called for a meeting, but they didn't know that this guy is a black guy. Why, bon? So in that meeting, whenever what's in the room, sorry, this is a private meeting, whatnot. Do you understand? So he had to go wait outside until his white friend came in, and his white friend was not even dressed like proper suit. Yeah, let's go. Oh, and then all of a sudden, this guy was in the meeting. So I think like white face validation is. Yo, is it still alive? Is it alive in South Africa since
It's
South
very much
Africa
alive in
is
South Africa. It's very
black dominated?
It is. It is. Because because of my no pinky a black person
Ooh, even us white black people we do the same thing.
Even people do that too, black people. And then
businesses as well.
Like it is so easy to
You could
trust
literally
a non-black person somehow.
Damn. You could literally sell the same thing at a cheaper price, and people would say, "I do not trust your product because you're black." Yeah, do you understand?
You've never met a person.
Dilo tsa shini di tla di sa go lekane. Di tla di sa go lekane.
Se feta ke kana mara o ka se mphegise temo o ile mara pinko wa botsa gore ke ye sofa o tlo ra why it so no, it's not quality. I'm like, oh, sharp ne?
That's crazy, guys. But that's how we wrap it up. Yeah, nice topic today.
In life there's no therefore because why you are black.
Woman.
Yeah,
Amandla.
Yeah,
I said it.
It's a wrap, guys.
Thank you so much for tuning in.